Hey, what's going on guys? Tanmay here for Simple Snippets, and in this video we are going to learn how to make a website which you have developed on your local system on your own PC live on a shared hosting along with domain name along with SSL certificate in a very professional way. So for those who don't know me, my name is Tanmay Sakpal. I make a lot of computer science and information technology oriented video tutorials on this channel Simple Snippets. So in case if you are interested in these domains, definitely subscribe on this channel and turn on the notifications so that you join our family and get notified whenever I upload a new video. So coming back to today's topic, in case if you don't know, we have a complete portfolio website development course where we developed a static portfolio website, a professional bootstrap oriented website which is mobile optimized, and we also hosted it on a free hosting along with free domain. So this is something that we've already done and there is a playlist existing which you guys can watch. But many of you guys had asked me that what is the other solution, which is the paid solution or professional solution, in case if we want a professional hosting service along with domain, and how we can go about that, what is the process. So the process of making a website live is still a little hassle for many of you guys when it comes to a professional solution for a paid solution. So this is where Hostinger approached me and they were like, hey, we have these shared hosting packages, we are running some deals, would you like to showcase them to your audience? And I was absolutely delighted because this is something that I definitely wanted to share with you guys so that I can show you the entire process. Because in web development, one of the biggest step is to make your website live, and that has a lot of hassles if it is not done properly, but it is an absolute easy process when it comes to Hostinger, and this is what I'm going to show you in this video. So before we jump to the computer screen and see the entire process, a quick note, this video is for all of you guys who are interested in web development, who want to make their website live, and more importantly for those who want to do web development in the form of freelancing. So in case if you want to make more than one website and host it onto a hosting that is on a server, and charge your client some money and earn some money on the side as a pocket money or revenue. So this video will definitely help you in terms of freelancing also, because a hosting is very important when it comes to making your websites live, and it has to be reliable and trustworthy, right? So this is for you guys as well. Please make sure you watch this video till the end, and I have special discounts for you which I will talk about later in this video. So make sure you watch this video till the end. And now let's jump to the computer screen and see the entire process of making the website live. Okay, so as you can see on the screen, this is the website that we've developed in our portfolio web development course with Bootstrap. So you can see this is a proper professional portfolio website wherein the theme was a IT company, a web development company and tech company which provides solution like, web development, web designing, SEO, mobile development, graphic designing, software development. So basically a generic software development company was the theme, and this is the entire website we've developed from scratch in HTML, JavaScript, CSS along with Bootstrap. So this is the entire course. You can check it out if you have missed it. However, if you are not really interested in making the website but you are still interested in getting these website files and web files, check out the link in the video description. I will share the entire website with you guys. And it's absolutely for free, don't worry. So just download it, take these files onto your local machine and see this website for live so that you can follow along with me, because we are going to make this website which is running onto my system. You can see this is the IP address for my local machine, and let me show you the files. So this is the Visual Studio Code editor where we have designed and developed the entire website. So you can see this is the HTML for default.html, which is actually the home page. So you can see default.html, this is the home page, and this is the entire HTML code. If you go in the CSS, this is where the entire CSS is written, and so on and so forth. So we've already developed this entire website. If you have your own custom website, you're good to go. If not, if you want to just see how you can practice it, and if you're really going to invest in getting the hosting and you want to test it out, make sure you have a website ready so that you can try it out along with me. Okay, so coming to the folder, these are the different web files. You can see these are all the web HTML files, and then the CSS folder, Bootstrap folder, images folder. All of this, as I mentioned, I've shared with you. You can download it. And we want to make this entire files host onto the shared hosting service, right? Onto the server. So now let's visit Hostinger website. Just type in this URL. This is my affiliate link, which is hostinger.in/simplesnippets. if you make a purchase via this URL, I will get some incentives with no cost, no extra cost to you guys, and that will be helpful to support this channel. But once you come on this website by using this link in the video description, just scroll down and this is what we are interested in, that is the web hosting plans. Okay. Now when you want to make your website live, the two important things that you must have is a hosting space, that is a server space, and the second thing is a domain name. So these are the two products that you need to have when you want to make your website live, and that is something that you have to keep in mind. And in case if you don't know what is a hosting, what is a domain name, and you want to know more in detail, then you can check out this video in this web development playlist itself, where I've talked about what is a web hosting and what are the different types, what is the domain name, how the domain name is connected to your web hosting and whatnot. So that will give you a very clear detail. It's under 14 minutes video. Just check it out if you have that doubt. But if you already know what is a hosting space, what is a server, what is domain name, you're good to go. And now let's proceed. So these are the three different packages. You can see 59 per month, 115 per month and 219 per month. So there is already a ongoing sale going on, 70%. And as I mentioned, I am bringing you extra discount if you use the coupon code simplesnippets. So extra 10% discount will be added on top of this existing values. And I feel this is a really good deal. So just to quickly give you an overview about these different packages. So these three plans are shared hosting plans. We have other types of hostings also. If you just click on this link, you can see cloud hosting, VPS, then there is dedicated hosting also. But for our purpose as a beginner, as someone who's getting into web development and who is also into freelancing, most of our needs will be sufficed by shared hosting, and it is also cheap. So in these three packages, all three are shared hosting, but there are some differences. The first one is for single web hosting. So as the name suggests, you can only host one website. You're getting a limited 10 GB SSD space. By the way, 10 GB is a lot. And to give you a context, if you go and check out our entire website, if I click on properties, the size of this entire files and folders is only 80 MB, right? So if you just approximate it to 100 MB, in 1 GB you can host 10 such websites. So you can host 100 websites basically, or you can add 100 website worth content onto this 10 GB SSD. However, you can host only one website over here. So this is one drawback. But this is for someone who is interested in, making their own website live. Let's say you have your own business and you are only interested in hosting your single website. You're not interested in web development. You're not interested in making websites for other clients. So in that case, this would be good enough for you. But I highly recommend that you go ahead with this plan, which is the most popular, as you can see. Over here, the advantage is that you can make 100 websites. Now, quick note guys, when you are buying a shared hosting, do not think of it as a expenditure or an expense, especially if you're serious with web development and especially if you're serious with freelancing. That is because when you purchase a web hosting, and if you're going with this plan, you can see you can make 100 websites. So you can have 100 clients, and if you're even charging rupees 10,000 per client, you get the idea, right? You can earn a lot of money and you can cover that expense and make it into profit. So there are many other advantages, like you get 20 GB SSD space, you get free emails, you get free SSL certificate, which is adding an extra layer of security. Then you get unlimited bandwidth and a lot more. And it's not just that you can host simple portfolio websites, static websites. You can also host databases. So you can make your database online. You can put dynamic websites like websites built in PHP, and many other things can be done onto this shared hosting. So it's a very powerful tool and a very good investment as well for learning as well as earning. Okay. So yeah, just go ahead and click add to cart if you're interested in buying this. This is the way you invest in a shared hosting, which is paid, and you can get your website live. So you'll be redirected to this page, and now you can see this plan, which is 115 per month, is for 48 months, which is basically 4 years. Now, for most of you guys who are getting started into freelancing or into web development, 4 years is a long time, but if you want the cheapest rate, you have to go with 4 years, but you can also go for 24 months, but the cost is little higher, which is 169 per month. Or for absolute beginners who just wants to try out, I highly suggest that you go ahead with 12 months. Okay. And it would be a little expensive, but that is still doable. The total amount you can see is 3243, which, as I said, do not consider this as an expense, because if you are gonna make few more websites for your clients, you can easily cover this amount. Now I do not recommend this 1 month plan because in that case the cost is also high and you do not get a domain name for free. So all the other plans, which is 12 months, 24 months and 48 months plan, you'll get a domain name for free for first year, which is really great because then you don't have to spend extra money, and you also get SSL certificate, which is lifetime free. So you get that HTTPS protocol when you type in the URL. So there's that, and we can make a separate tutorial on what is SSL and all the technicality about it. But let's focus on hosting. Select any plan which you want, go ahead and check out. But before checking out, as I mentioned, you can add a coupon code. Click here and the coupon code is simple snippets. Now once you add this coupon code, as I mentioned, you'll get extra 10% on the existing amount. So now the 3,200 something became 2,900, right? So this is very competitive, and Hostinger, as I mentioned, is one of the most renowned names, one of the biggest players when it comes to hosting and domain name services. So there's that. Now once you select this, you have to also get your domain, right? So now this domain is depending upon you. Whatever your website name is, you'll name that. Let's say I want a domain name named as Tanmay Sakpal, and you can see the extensions. You can select any extension. You can select .com, .in, .co.in, I suppose is there. We don't have .co.in, but we have .tech. Let's select .in and let's see if this exists. First you have to search whether it is available or not. Since I am from India, I've selected in, and you can see for the first year you're getting 100% discount. You are saving 800 rupees. Pretty good. So tanmaysakpal.in is available. In case if it is not available, you'll get a message over here that it is not available, and then the only thing that you have to do is checkout. Once you click on checkout, you'll have to create an account. Okay, so over here you'll have to enter your name, your email address and a password that you can select. Make sure you get a good password, or you can sign up with Facebook and Google. That's the only thing that you have to do. And once you create an account, then the next step will be checking out, and that would look something like this. So this is where you have to select the payment method. You can select PayPal, UPI ID, Paytm, GPay, whatever you want. You'll get your receipt ID over here, okay, and the amount with the tax and all, and then you can make the payment. And once you've made the payment, you have successfully purchased web hosting along with domain name, along with SSL. And the next thing that you have to do is just log in with your credentials which you just signed up. You might get an email for verifying your account, and once you verify it, your account will get activated. And then once you log in, you will be logged in with this hpanel.hostinger.com link, and this is how the user interface would look like initially. This is your dashboard, and you can see premium web hosting, domain registration and SSL certificate. So all these three things have to be set up. So first click on premium web hosting setup. Next thing you will be shown is this, where you'll be welcomed and you'll be guided. So click on start now. It's pretty straightforward. You have to just go next. So the next screen is where you have to select the name of your website, right? So this is where your domain name will come. So select your domain name which you've got for free. Click on select. Or in case if you've already purchased any domain name on Hostinger, you can select that. It would also show up under your account itself. Then you have to simply put out some of your primary details like country and some contact details, your zip code, your region, address, city, etc. Then click on finish registration, and then it will take a little bit of time and you'll get a message that your website is being registered. After this, you'll see this screen where you're getting option of building a new website, migrate my website. Just select skip and I will start from scratch, because in our case what is happening is we have all the files onto our local machine and the entire website is there onto our local machine. We've already developed it. In case if you haven't, as I mentioned, you can download it onto your system. So we will do it from scratch, which means that we have to transfer these files onto this server, right? Onto this hosting. So just click on skip. I will start from scratch. Again, you'll get this. So by the way, as I mentioned, this hosting supports many other technologies also, like content management systems like WordPress, Zyro, WooCommerce, etc. But right now we will just skip and start from scratch. You guys can explore this later on. And then lastly, you'll get this message, let's finish setting up. You have to select your website location, which means where exactly you want your servers to be. So I have selected Asia, Singapore. You can select any of them. The speed between different servers doesn't really matter much because it's pretty high speed and it will get your job done. Just click on finish setup. You'll get this message and then you'll get your website is ready. So just click on manage site, and the next step that you'll get is this entire HPanel, that is your dashboard. Okay, so now your entire website is ready. This is your domain name. I have already registered one named simplesnippetsinfo.com. In fact, this is the one that I'm gonna show you how we can make it live. So I have already done it before, because before doing this collaboration with Hostinger, I had asked them to create a test account for me so that I can test out their product, because in order to recommend it to you guys, I need to first check it myself. So I've been using it for the past few days and I have not faced any issues. So there's that. So you can go to the SSL also and set that up. But before that, let's see this dashboard live. So I have logged into my HPanel account and you can see SSL certificate is pending. If you just click on setup, you'll get installing SSL certificate and the domain name that you want to set up with. You just click on install SSL and that should do it. So you can see it is a very easy, hassle-free, intuitive way. And this is one of the major benefits when you get a paid hosting, a shared paid premium hosting. So everything is managed for you in a very intuitive way, in a very user-friendly way. And now you can see our website has successfully installed the SSL certificate and we are getting a link with HTTPS protocol. Now if I click on this link, our website, as I mentioned, is already live. So just for you guys, just check out this link and you'll be redirected to this page. But here you guys can see right now I don't have any web page. But in case if you're seeing this video after I launch it, you'll see our entire website, which is this website. But since I want to show you how you have to transfer all your files from your local machine onto this server, right now you can see you can't see anything. Okay, so coming back, just close this, just go to home. When you come on home, this is your hosting, this is your shared hosting, and this is the domain. So this is something that you've purchased. These are the two products as I mentioned, and these are the two main things that you require when you want to make your website live. So just click on this hosting and click on manage. So now you'll get this entire dashboard, which is also called as cPanel. So this is how the dashboard would look once it's loaded. You'll get your username over here, your domain, your IP address, your SSL activation or not, your MySQL, that is the online database version. And then you can view all these different options and services that are provided extra. You can create email accounts. So in case if you want an email account which goes by tanmay@yourdomainname.com, then you can create that over here. Then there are subdomains and whatnot. There are many other things also. But right now what we want to do, we want to transfer all these files, which are the entire website files, from our system, from the local host to this server, right? So for that you have to go to files and click on file manager. So a file manager user interface will open up. Everything is having a very good user interface. So a GUI based system where you don't have to do a lot of things, right? So now you have to transfer these files from your system onto this hosting service, right? So immediately you get this user interface, and what this user interface is the user interface for your registered domain. So for me, the registered domain is simplesnippetsinfo.com. So we have to go inside the public_HTML folder. So whatever content goes inside this public_HTML folder can be accessible via the domain name. Okay, so this is where we have to put all our files, which is these files, right? So what we can do, we can take all these files, right click, and you can compress them and create a zip file and then completely transfer that one single file rather than selecting one file and uploading it over here. Over here you can see you have different options. You can see new file, you can see new folder, you can see upload file. So you have to go with the upload file option. But first, over here into our VS Code, there is one small change that I want to make over here. This default.html, I want to rename it to index.html, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Once you do that, don't forget that we also have to make changes in the internal linking, the anchor tags, right? So over here also we have to make it index.html, and as I mentioned, I'll tell you why we are doing this, but you have to do this for all the other pages also. So for about us.html, you have to make it index.html. In contact us.html, you have to change the default to index because it is linked and we've done copy paste work. That is because this is a static website, right? So again, this also becomes index.html, and I'll change all the links for the home tab as index.html. And now you can see, since I've changed it, I cannot fetch it. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to go on index.html and I'm going to stop this live server and again click on go live. By the way, this is a plugin in Visual Studio Code which makes your website go live onto your local machine, not onto a hosting. So whatever changes you make over here will be dynamically reflected over here, provided that you've turned on autosave. This is something that we've already discussed when we were developing, so not getting into the details. But yeah, now you can see it is index.html. Similarly, I have to do it for all the other pages also. Okay, so I have changed the link to index.html in all these files, and now we are good to go. I'm gonna select all of these files, right click and add to archive. I will create a zip file. So now we got a full website code zip folder or zip file basically. Now come back to the file manager again. Click on upload files. Click on select file. Traverse to the folder that you want to upload the files for and select the full website code. Click on open. And now you can see this zip file is selected, which has all the files, all the folders, CSS, JavaScript, you name it, we have it. Just click on upload and you can see now it is uploading. Now in the meantime, let me explain why we changed that default.html to index.html. So what happens is, whenever you type in the URL, that is simplesnippetsinfo.com, in our case, in my case basically, what happens is that URL will search for index.html file onto this public.html folder, and that is going to be loaded by default, because whenever you visit a website, you do not type in the file name, right? You type in facebook.com, you type in google.com, or you type in some URL name, but the file that is opening behind that also has a name, right? So index.html is configured in such a way that it loads by default whenever the entire domain name is typed, and you don't have to type in simplesnippetsinfotech.com/index.html. Nobody does that. So that is why I changed the name to index.html. Okay, it's something that is by default configured, and you can see now the entire uploading is done. This is where we've got our full website code. Right click on it and you can see we have extract option. Click on extract. It is saying enter the folder name for extraction. We want to extract it over here itself because we are inside public.html, inside simplesnippetsinfotech.com domain, right? Now in case if you have multiple domains, you have to go inside that domain. Here it is saying define dot as your location if you want to extract compressed file in current folder. Let's select dot and let's click on extract, and there you go. You can see now we have extracted it over here. Now again, going to public.html, you can see the hierarchy over here. So this was the main root folder, that is your username. Inside that we have public.html. If you double click on it, you go inside domains. You have only one domain. If you click on it, you get again public dot or public underscore HTML, not dot. And when you go inside, these are all your files. Now we have successfully transferred all the files from our local machine to our hosting server. We have already done the setup. We've already linked everything. So the only thing left now is to type our website name, simplesnippetsinfotech.com. Let me just put it over here. Hit enter. And there you go, guys. Our entire website is online. You guys can type in this link yourself. Click on any page, about us. You can see about us is loading. About us.html is loaded. Now this is coming from our server because you can see there is a URL and not a folder directory. If you come over here, this is coming from a folder directory. You know, if I just come over here and double click on one of the link, let's say index.html, if I double click, you can see this is coming from my own system, that is my local system, my laptop. This is the entire directory. However, this is hosted onto the server live, and now you can view this website anywhere across the world. So we have successfully hosted our website on a live server on a premium shared hosting. provided by Hostinger. Okay, so I hope you've got the entire idea about how you can make a website live. It is very easy process. Simply go on to Hostinger/simplesnippets, use my affiliate link and scroll down, select the shared hosting plan that you prefer, select the time duration that you want. Do not forget to enter the Simple Snippets coupon code because that will give you some extra discount. And just check out with any payment mode which you are comfortable with. Then follow the steps which I had shown previously. It's basically just next. Set up your hosting, set up your free domain, select your free domain and set up your SSL as well. Then come on to the file manager of the hosting and take all your files and upload them onto the server. And that's about it, guys. Your website will be live under 30 minutes. It's a very fast process and I'm pretty sure all of you can do it. Okay, so I hope you've learned how to make your website live in this entire tutorial, in this entire video. This is a very important video from web developers, from freelancers perspective. And as I mentioned, do not consider buying a shared hosting as an expense, especially if you're very serious with web development. You can use this shared hosting not just to host websites, but maybe some files, maybe some images, maybe some PHP APIs and whatnot. The options are limitless. So make the most of it, learn as well as earn from it. And I'm gonna wrap up this video over here. I hope you found value. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what are your thoughts about hosting and whether you plan on buying a hosting or not, whether you want to get into web development, whether you want to do freelancing or not. Let me know in the comments. Definitely share this video with your friends, especially who are into web development and who want to get started with freelancing. It is absolutely important. And thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.